Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom and Black Owned Nashville, and we are live with Leigh Love from the Blogger Exchange. And Leigh is absolutely a professional when it comes to keeping your content consistent and engaging. Because it don't matter if you post it every day if nobody's engaging with it.
There you go.
But it is important that you are consistent. And I hear from a lot of business owners that they struggle with keeping their content consistent. So Leigh is joining us to talk to us about why that's important and ways that we can actually do that. Because I know it's easier said than done. So let's jump on into it again. Leigh is a marketing guru and has worked for Fortune 100 companies?
Fortune 100, yes.
Fortune 100 companies in marketing. So she is going to give us some real actionable things that we can do for our small businesses to actually keep our content fresh and consistent and hopefully engaging. So let's jump into it, Leigh. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Happy Monday, everyone.
Yes, it is Monday indeed. So again, a lot of people struggle with this. They're like, I know I need to be consistent on social media. I know I need social media to be growing my business. And you do. For those that don't believe it, you do.
Yeah.
But it really can be a struggle just to come up with what to post and to know what to post. But before we get into the tips, let's talk about why it's important that you actually post consistently. And I'm going to tell you before I get your opinion, I'm going to tell you about that Instagram. You take a week off Instagram and they be like, nah, you're going to have to do some work to get your to get back over here. Like you have to be consistent for the algorithms on Instagram. I know for sure. But in general, as we talk about social media, what are some of the benefits to really being consistent on social media?
You know, for Instagram and even TikTok, I do tell people to treat it like a needy boyfriend or a needy girlfriend. Basically, Instagram and TikTok reward you the more you use their app because they don't want you to use other apps. And one of the ways they reward you is by showing you to more of your followers and then also showing you to people that aren't your followers too. So you get more exposure. So consistency really is key to gaining more exposure. If you don't do it consistently, you're just not going to see the return on it. When you do it consistently, one, you'll see your reach grow, and then two, you should see your engagement as well as your following grow too.
I love it. Now, also for brand awareness purposes, right? Because if we haven't seen you in a while, we forget about you.
This is true. You always want to keep your brand top of mind for your customers, whether they're new or they're existing. And one of the ways to do that is social media. It's really easy because people are switchers. They switch to what they see, they switch to what they remember. And if you aren't being a brand that is rememberable, they're not going to want to work with you or pay you. So you just have to keep people top of mind. And then also, think about what you do when you're like, hey, there's a new balloon company, or hey, I really want you to try this caterer. You're probably going to go look at their Instagram because you want to see what the product really looks like. You want to see what people have tagged them in photos for. You want to see what they're posting on their feed. It's almost like a mini gateway to your website. Like if your Instagram looks good, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper, go to your website and see what your prices are. But that's almost like the first step to get them into being your customer portal. So you want to make sure you have a good Instagram or a good TikTok or Facebook, because people really do use Instagram and Facebook the way they use Google. They type in your name or they type in some kind of keyword, see who pops up. They scroll through, see what they like and see what they don't like, and they keep scrolling.
And if I go to your page and you haven't posted in months, I don't even know that you're still open, I don't know that your business is still around, that you're going to actually fulfill my order if I place it, so
yeah.
It
really does go back to reliability. Some people assume that if a business doesn't update their Facebook or doesn't update their Instagram, like you said, that means they're probably not going to reply to your email. So they're like, I'm not even going to waste my time calling them, emailing them, because they're probably not going to return my call. So having that updated social media is really crucial to getting new customers.
I love it. Yes, all of that. All right. So again, we know it's easier said than done. And we talk about content planning and it can be a struggle. So what tips can you give us for those that are like, I'm just really not even into social media, or I'm into it, but I'm not really seeing a good return? And I know that I need to do better about planning my content because, a lot of folks are just on the fly. Oh, I should
Yeah.
post something today. Like, so tell us about the benefits of actually sitting down and planning out your content.
Yeah, I always tell people you kind of need a schedule to like create the schedule. So, one thing I really encourage people to do is have like a planning day for their social media. So, that's a day you're like planning all your posts, what you're going to, write, what the pictures are going to look like, whatever videos are going to look like. But then also create an actual posting schedule, set a reminder in your phone or on your Google Calendar, like make it a meeting on your day. I literally put it as a meeting on my calendar. So I know it's 6 o'clock, I need to post, and I have that 30 minutes blocked off in my day to do the posting. And then the same thing when I'm actually like creating the content, I don't say, oh, let me figure out when I have time. I'm like, I make time on a certain day at a certain time. And that way you really force yourself to do it. I think having like hard deadlines, real calendar invites, those things remind you and kind of force you to do it, as opposed to it's just on your list and you don't really think about it.
I love it. And so you told us last month the importance of actually spending time on the platforms before and after you post. So this is kind of a two-pronged question. So a lot of folks will use, Later or other scheduling apps in order to schedule out their content. First, let's just start with that. What are your thoughts on actually using, taking a day and just kind of scheduling everything to post? And then the second part of that is, actually making time, like knowing when it's going to post so that you can make sure that you are actually available before and after to spend some time on the platform. So what are your thoughts on those things?
Yeah, great questions. So I do suggest that people kind of bulk create, but also bulk schedule. I think doing that in one day is so much easier than doing it every single day. But once again, going back to like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook being needy, even if you use Later, basically you never want to like post and dash, is what people call it. So that means you post and you just kind of like leave it and hope that it does well. You want to engage with people that see your content. Like if someone likes it or someone comments, you usually want to like respond in the first 30 minutes, because once again, there's a window of about 2 hours after you post that really Instagram is saying, are people thinking this content is worthy? And if they are thinking it's worthy, I'll show it to more people. And one of the ways they do that is like people are asking questions, you're responding, they're responding, like they actually see engagement and real traction on your post. So it is important, especially if you have a team, have someone just kind of monitor it for 2 hours, even if it was scheduled, or sometime you just check it after you post it. But you definitely don't want to post and dash. You want to kind of post, let it settle, interact with some people, and then you can go on to the next task on your list.
That is great. And I'll tell you, even on Facebook, I will do the same thing. Like I love kind of like Facebook. Well, I like Facebook better than Instagram. I think everybody knows that. But but I will say, like, even still, like I have posted stuff on Facebook, and if I don't see it's getting engagement, like nobody responding, I will take it down. Like, and I will be like, I'm gonna post this at a different time, or I need to rework this caption, or maybe I need to choose another picture, because nobody's responding to this. And so, and then also another thing I'll do on Facebook is that I'll quickly, if people do start to engage, I will engage with them. I will comment, respond to them, and then I may take a break for several hours,
Which
and
is
then
fine.
I'll
Yeah.
come back and I'll start commenting again, because then it'll boost it and start showing it to more people all over again. So I'll keep that engagement going for much longer. Instagram don't really work like that.
Yes. Well, I will tell you, I mean, you definitely don't want to like post on a Monday and then you're responding to comments on a Wednesday. That does not look good. And Instagram does not like that. But I will say though, yeah, if you see within the first 2 hours, it's not getting the traction you wanted to, maybe just delete it and save it for another time. But that's kind of going back to one of the really important things about like your content creation process is know your analytics. you should have a business or a creator account that tells you your most engaged times. It literally gives you the number of followers that are active throughout the day on different days. And you need to post at the most engaging time because that's when people are the most likely to see your posts, but also interact with your posts. So that way, once again, you're just not blindly picking a time of like, oh, I'm free, let me post now, but it's 2 o'clock and all your followers are engaged at 7 p.m. You want to post at 7 p.m. when everyone's engaged and just set a reminder for 7 p.m.
I love it. Now, another question is, so sometimes I know on Instagram they're like kind of like filler posts, like posted like they're not going to get a lot of engagement, but you posted. It's like you got credit for the day. I posted something. And is that okay? Or do you need to feel like every post is getting engagement and working toward, get boosting up your engagement rate?
I will say don't post to post. So I think there's different theories that float around. Some people will tell you on Instagram to post 2 or 3 times a day. And I think you said it really well before. You don't want to post stuff that's just kind of like crap and it is no reason to post it. It's better to do quality over quantity. So I tell people figure out what's feasible within your budget, within your scheduling, and within your like life. And so if posting consistently to you looks like 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's great. As long as you consistently do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the most engaged times. So some people might have more time in their business and they might be able to post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Great. That's good for you. Just do it consistently. I just tell people consistency is a word that means different things to different people. Me, I post every day, but that's because I have content for every day and I have good content for every day. Some people I know they post 3 times a week and it works really well for them because they're consistent. Those 3 posts are super bomb. They're great. They're engaging. It's what their followers want to see. And so that works for them too. But don't feel pressure to just post anything. Post with intention and post with strategy as well.
I love it. This was fantastic. So if someone, just one final question, like if I'm sitting down and I'm like, I always tell people just find a Sunday. A lot of times we're not doing anything on Sunday. Well, we're going to brunch, but you may have to skip a brunch. Take 3 or 4 hours and just plan out your content for the month. Like you can really take 3 or 4 hours, and especially if you're committed to being your consistency being 3 times a week. Like that's 12 posts. Like sit down and do the 12 posts, like and get it done. So what are your tips on if I'm like, okay, this Sunday I'm planning stuff out, but like, how do I think about what I should post? What are your or is a tip that you can give folks if they are planning their content day to kind of sit down and get things done to actually really do it?
Yes, so I will say the first thing I tell people is just think of the world like in a very broad sense and then bring it back into you. So we're all going through the same thing right now, which is we're going through summer. Everyone in America is going to be experiencing Memorial Day at the same time. So that's really broad. And then you kind of like bring it into like what's happening in your city, in your state, and what's happening personally to your business. Like, is there an anniversary or something coming up? Are you launching a new product? But if you start planning broadly to things that are like, applicable to all customers and all people, and then bring it in, I think that's a really good way to plan. And I always say start with seasonality. Summer, and then you'll have like, holidays within summer, Memorial Day, the first day of summer, Mother's Day, Father's Day, July 4th. These are holidays we know that are going to come and you can already add to your calendar. And then there's like fun social holidays within that. National Ice Cream Day, National Wear Red Day. There's all these different things that may be applicable to your business and that you can make specials for, or you can make some fun content around. Like if it's National Wear Red Day and you sell candles, show all your red candles that day. If it's, Father's Day and you have like a male scented, body wash, show that body wash 2 weeks prior and say, hey, we have free shipping if you're purchasing a Father's Day order. Those things are going to happen. You can easily put them into your calendar and create content around that. So start broad and then bring it into your business.
I love it. This was fantastic. And that is such a simple concept. Like it really is. If you just take the time, I mean, it's like with anything else in business that many times we're just going. If we just take the time to sit down and be strategic and plan, you will see the benefits. Like we will see them. So just
Yeah.
you gave us some amazing tips today.
Yes, I will challenge everyone, if you don't have a content creation schedule, take some time right now, put a little invite on your calendar for a day this week that you're going to maybe spend 1 to 2 hours planning some content. That's a really simple thing to do. Set an alarm, remind yourself, sit down with a notebook or your computer, and you can really plan content for the rest of the May. And I already gave you Memorial Day right there, and you have that coming up, and then you have the first day of summer coming up too. So there's two posts right there for
And
you.
like you said, there's so many social media holidays. There's, I mean, you got all kind of things going on within your actual business, a new product launches, new services that are launching, new partnerships that are coming. I mean, another thing you can do is go look at your competitors. Like you
Yeah.
can go back to last May and see what they posted last May and use that for inspiration. So there's so much inspiration out here. You use the hashtag, search and see what other people in your industry are posting and how you can use that for inspiration. There's so many, there's no excuse. We just got to do the
Yeah.
work. We
You
just
know,
have to do the
time really is the like main barrier for people. But
work.
I'm like, you can make time if you want to make time. It takes 30 minutes to an hour, and you can find 30 minutes in your week.
Absolutely. I love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Leigh. This was very, very impactful. Lots of great information. I hope you all will actually take some time and go do your social media plan. Don't come complaining about my friends and family don't be liking my posts and they not buying from my business when you haven't done the work on your end to make sure that they're seeing those posts and that your business or your brand is visible. So do the work. Thank you so much, Leigh. Oh, before we wrap up, tell the folks how they can find you because you do some amazing things to help brands and small businesses to reach their target market. So tell folks how they can find you and work with you.
Yes. So if you guys go to bloggerexchange.com or Blogger Exchange on Instagram or Facebook, that's how you can find us on the web. We have lots of free materials on our website that you can download for content creation. And then we also do content creation one-on-one workshops with small businesses and different creators. So we are always here and happy to help you guys.
I love it. Thank you